Hey, Brian. Welcome again. It's funny
Thanks,
that we
Dave.
spoke last week and we're back again.
Right?
Talking about current trend everywhere. People are talking about ChatGPT, OpenAI. So, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. No, yeah, we've been talking about Chat CPT like crazy. It's absolutely a disruptor, and we haven't seen the last of it.
Yeah, definitely. Not a problem. So, let's talk about as an agency how I know that everybody is excited about it. There are a lot of buzz. Microsoft
Mhm.
invested. Looks like it's almost like I felt like when I started using Google in back in 1998. It's
Yep. Same.
almost like that, right?
hmm
How do you feel like what are the opportunity for as an agency owner you have it right now?
No, I mean it's a huge disruptor, and honestly, we're really still just trying to chase it and get ahead of it because the more research we do, the more we're finding more and more AI tools. So Chat GPT is one of the primaries we're focusing on right now. But as far as a disruptor, it's really got us on our toes, really has us kind of investigating, needing to stay on the edge of this.
Hmm.
Or as a disrupting thing, we feel that it has the potential of leaving us behind if we're not really on top of it. So we're taking it very seriously.
That's great. That's great. So give us some example how you are using it day-to-day basis as an agency owner and how your team are using it.
Absolutely. So I just brought up a kind of
Hey, I lost you. I think you're recording. I think boys, you are muted. Can you unmute?
there we go. I apologize for that.
A second, no problem.
Yep. Um, so as a baseline, we're really using it a lot for communications. We're using it a lot for documentation. So we ourselves we work where we have hybrid models where we have US people, we have people in India, we have a couple people in the Philippines, and we're as we're communicating with our clients, we've really started to up our game in how we communicate and how well we start to explain things. That along with the base aspect of being able to generate content has been really important for us. Um, the tool itself is not taking us over the line. Really, it's getting us to about the 50 to 60% mark, but it's allowing us to do research faster. It's allowing productivity to really start increasing. So a couple ways is like right here where I just explaining complex concepts. So there's a lot of times where we walk into like a complex, like a SaaS platform that we're working with, and we have to start deciphering. And there's a lot of research and R&D we're doing into the code base at that time. So in there, it allows us to go into these platforms that are often not documented at all, and just start trying to decipher, trying to get understand exactly what it's doing, and then be able to explain back to the client or other people in our team what's happening, and then to begin that documentation in the code. So we've started using it in a lot of our web application development to really just start documenting the code a lot better. And not only within the code, but as we're working like developing scopes of work, writing, acceptance criteria for a lot of the work we're doing. We're really trying to get a lot of that down because in our model, we're working directly with the product owners a significant amount of time. And our ability to kind of communicate things has allowed us to work faster. A lot of the meetings we've had about functionality development and how we're going to describe it and making sure that we're on the same page is happening quicker just because we've been able to not only communicate more but start to document our work a lot better. And the products that we're putting out being much more well documented has really kind of it really has the team a lot more excited because we feel a lot more confident about how we're working, and as I said, working quicker. I talked a little bit ago too about content creation. And absolutely, like with meta descriptions and title tags and everything there. But I think even beyond just generating content, at the end of the day, the search engines are looking for us to answer questions. So one key thing and a recommendation we've been making with a lot is, how to come up with topics. How do we find the questions people are asking? And so even just generating questions. Within a development organization, we become so into like the lingo and the talk and how we understand things, but we're doing really complex work. And the people we work with don't necessarily understand that complexity. So there's a lot of questions that we just take for granted. So even in that, in answering questions, it's allowed us to really start creating a content map and how we get out there, the information we're providing on our website, and like purely for SEO, just to start getting found on um, Google. And I've started to think of Google as like the old school, because I'm pretty sure this has Google shaking in its boots. And I'm really surprised Google wasn't the one that came out with this. Um, because we're using it a lot more for our research. And not only that, when we talk SEO, with the websites and everything we're developing, we're able to provide just a lot more content optimization. Being able to answer those questions, being able to generate FAQs in our website more extensively. It's just there's a content boom starting to happen. If we think the internet's noisy and social media is noisy now, as this starts to generate and questions start to come out, it's just going to accelerate more and more and more. So that's Chat GPT, and those are just a couple high level things. The key from Chat GPT is like it is a game changer. Stay ahead of it. Don't just passively watch what's going on. If you're not actively engaged in this, you really risk starting to be left behind in the productivity of your agency. Um,
That's great. Before you go to next one, I want to share a few of my examples, which I have seen as an agency owner. That just like you are saying, the deep level research. Sometime I think the learning how to ask question to ChatGPT is going to be very critical. So I remember when search engine came through, right?
mhm,
People thought a business owner will come in and ask every question. As an expert, I will not have any value.
mhm,
I feel like that same fear for agency perspective or a business owner. I'm thinking, hey, now they know how to do things.
mhm,
Honestly speaking, the reply, I think my daughter really summarized it. She's 16 and she saw something I generated through ChatGPT and she said, I can clearly see that this is generated by a machine. It does not have the emotion, no matter how you manipulate the prompt.
mhm,
Eventually human nature will. That's number one. Number two, just like you said it, this morning actually I was doing something and I realized it that because of my knowledge on other domain areas,
mhm,
I can figure out and ask specific question.
mhm.
Because my a junior person in my company was not able to generate that prompt. So
Yeah.
imagine your client will not be able to figure out. So it's a smart machine you are going to deal with. You probably have to ask smart question, and then when they answer you, you can say, "Hey, what about number two? Can you give me a little bit more information?" And you will add some message into it, and then you create a strategy or plan.
No,
So
like
that's what.
that's key. Like one thing that even in my career, there's a lot of people that can do things, but if you know the next thing, if you are the person who can know the next question, um, you can really write your own check in a lot of ways.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That a simple thing I was just going to share. If you guys can see my screen, and I mean they deleted a lot of it,
Mhm,
but I was asking this question to ChatGPT, right? Um, as a software development company, if we have AWS services to medium size training facility,
mhm,
we need some lead magnet ideas for training facility related to the technical problem they face.
right.
So a regular customer would not be able to ask that question, right? Now I ask that, like give me some pain point for educational training facility to create online portal to automate course, right?
Mhm.
Then it gave me that, right? Based on above information, give me 10 niche ideas for lead magnet. Do you see that question we are going to ask actually
Yeah.
define where we are going, right? So
No,
it will definitely make some people's job easier, but I think our job, especially as an agency owner, it's going to be interesting. I think I am working 20 times better than before because of ChatGPT.
no, I mean, I talk about being left behind in that disruption, but at the end of the day, disruption means opportunity
Yeah.
always. So we look back, even like when the personal computer started coming out, people were predicting like the death of the printer. Guess what? Printer paper sales doubled over the next 2 years. Okay,
Yeah.
the ATM at banks came out. People are like, no one's ever going to want to go in a bank. Within 3 years, there were 4 times the number of bank branches in the United States.
Mhm.
So it's not the outcome is not obvious.
Yeah.
There's huge amounts of opportunity here.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
just as you laid out there, Sahid, guess what? Every one of those 10 things, it's not like taking work away from you. Those are 10 opportunities for you to work with your client now. And now they're excited about it.
Yeah.
Before they didn't even have this. They weren't even thinking about it.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. That's what I was thinking. So that's great. Let's go to your next example. I will share you the screen, and
Yeah.
I think I love that idea. That again, this is also another disruption, that design side of it. Let's hear from you.
So
What did you find out?
my team's been working with Mind Journey. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So right here, if you look at this, we went into the Mind Journey and we just asked it to create a homepage design for a florist. And wow. um, this isn't like a finished homepage. There's still a lot of UX UI type things. But as far as like concepts, first round design concepts, to get something out there, to get the conversation going, just to set the bar and get your creative team working. I mean, I would what we did here in 5 minutes, I could charge a pretty penny for it.
Yes, yes. I mean, at least like I think this will definitely help us on the estimate phase of the
Mhm.
project, right? A lot
Yeah.
of client will tell us ideas now. Our business development team is waiting for design team to do come out with a mock-up and stuff, and it takes 7 days. Now it will take 2 days. Hey, let's put these 4 ideas in front of the client, and they will say, you know what, change this, change that. Now we so that will make it faster. What I
Well,
see.
no, and absolutely, because the first rounds in creative development, and I come from a creative background originally, is you have to get something in front of the client for them to react to. They don't
Mhm.
always know what they want, but they can sure tell you what they don't want. And this moves that a lot faster.
That's great. That's great. I mean, these are great examples. So let's talk about the second part of the, like where I am been researching a little bit, and I would
Yeah.
like to know. So what I feel like that, what are some opportunities for agencies, especially web development, software development agencies, that like what can we do? Like ChatGPT is an independent product.
Mhm.
OpenAI, a lot of you know, you can get, you know, they came out with API, I think 6 months back, but nobody was concentrating on that. So now OpenAI API looks like, oh, everybody's interested.
Mhm.
So how can you build product based on that? I think everybody is talking. TK Kader is one guy I was following, and he was talking about that. What will happen that a lot of your current development, uh, you know, will complement, instead of thinking that ChatGPT will take away your, like, they will make money through OpenAI.
Mhm.
That's what they want to do. ChatGPT will be gone soon. The hype will be over, but the real, real opportunity for agencies like us, that what can we do to build product based on our product, right? Using ChatGPT. So there are a few ideas I thought interesting. One of the ideas immediately I thought, I run a website called ManagedCoder,
Mhm.
mostly for smaller agencies, right? And like I thought, okay, lead magnet. How do I provide service to them?
Yeah.
And this is a complete chat GPT. Nothing I wrote.
Mhm.
Everything is done by ChatGPT. It took me an hour just to create the landing page, uh,
Uh-huh.
create the checklist for my team, everything literally. I'm telling you, Brian, the whole project preparation took me less than 60 minutes.
Wow.
um, so I created this landing page, product. It's a product. It's a lead
Okay.
magnet product for smaller agencies, right?
Mhm.
The reason I thought about that, you know what? When I was growing, having a checklist beginning of the year would have helped.
Yeah.
So the product is very simple. You sign on. Once you sign on, you put some of your information about your company, right? Let's say whatever, Brian, your company is. What is the name of the company?
White label IQ.
Okay. And you guys are, let's say 11. I mean, I'm just putting it.
Yeah,
Your target audience is US, and you guys mostly do custom software development, right? In WordPress,
a
right?
lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and your industry.
Primarily focusing on advertising agencies.
Okay, so that's it, right? So so this is using ChatGPT API. Remember, ChatGPT and OpenAI is not exactly same,
Hmm.
little bit different, and it generated this checklist, right? So if you look into that, the details of a little bit, that business development checklist for white level IQ 2023, right?
Hmm.
Um, and if you read it, actually, it is a decent checklist. I would not say that probably your agency already crossed that line. You can easily do it, but for a lot of smaller agency, at least having a checklist would help them. Sales activity they can do. This is interesting one. Marketplace where the custom software development agency can find work.
Hmm.
Freelancer, Upwork, right? People per hour. Marketing checklist for white level IQ. And 5 web directories where you can submit your website, Clutch, Google, UpCity, and other places. 6 months content plan for your, and that's pretty accurate, right?
Yeah,
So you
that's
look, and so now, like the way I want to, and then now I'm creating this, right? Not only that, yes, that I'm adding, right?
mhm,
Keyword research checklist, technical SEO checklist, on page SEO and content checklist for wide level IQ, off page, like these are checklists.
mhm,
And OKR, if you want to set up yearly goal. Um, and so whatever input you are putting, and this is does not require too much effort, right? So the way I see that, immediately the outbound email can be pretty interesting. Imagine that you generate those PDF file and you can send it to your lead. Hey,
mhm.
this is a free checklist for you.
Yeah.
So that's one idea. I copied the same idea to nonprofit. So let's say it's called your nonprofitresource.com. Same thing. It generates for a nonprofit a customized report.
Mhm,
Now, funny thing is that you can actually customize it such a way that it puts my company on there as a web development agency reference.
mhm,
So
mhm.
I see that, like as an agency, the lead magnet in this quarter, everybody should create this kind of page and then customize with their CRM to send them content.
Yeah.
And then that would be like my 2 cents. The ideas for agencies that they should create based on OpenAI some kind of tool set to help to generate lead. I would not say that they will be able to create these tools immediately because it's in early stage,
Mhm.
but at least they should be able to go ahead and create some kind of value to their customer as a lead magnet.
And a couple things you said, like as a value creator, it absolutely brings value. And one, when you look at it, in even as you said before, when you started asking about white label, okay, you know, we're not presuming when you're doing this type of outreach that you know everything about that client. And we know that Chat GPT throws errors. It's not perfect, and so
Yeah.
it's flawed in so many ways. But as a salesperson, as an entrepreneur, you have to be humble in many ways. So you
Mhm.
have to be able to reach out and go, hey, I don't know you yet, but I know about your industry and I know about these situations,
Mhm.
and I'm providing you value here. And guess what? Not only that, but I'd love to take that value one more step. If you had time, we could go through and I would love to talk about all these things in these different checklists, how they've worked for other people that we've worked with, the ones that really worked and the ones that kind of worked and the ones that worked together. So you started the conversation. And back even when we in our last conversations, we're talking about like strategic partnerships.
Mhm.
That's how you begin a strategic partnership. You just introduce yourself and you're like, I don't know you, but I'd like to know you. And we have something here and I can bring value to the table, and you're demonstrating it with the tool you showed.
Yeah.
Like anything, just showing the tool impresses people and they want to know what's next. What else do you know? What else can you do?
Exactly. I mean, that's an interesting conversation we had. Thank you, Brian, for joining in today, and looking forward to talk to you more about it and learn a little bit more about ChatGPT, the way it is taking a by storm. So hopefully we'll have more conversation. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Saeed.
Thank you.